Good morning. Let's talk about 10 really solid reasons why I love carnivore as somebody with lipedema, as somebody with Hashimoto's, and somebody who has had a gastric sleeve almost 3 years ago. Let's talk about what's so brilliant about this way of eating for me in my mid 50s right now. Number one, it's simple. When you've got a lot going on, when you've got chronic disease, the simpler that you can make your life in all areas, the better. Okay. The simpler the choices, the simpler the options, the simpler your surroundings and your daily routine, the better, because so much other things, am I right, is going on up here that if you can make your daily routine and your daily choices and your daily food intake, I mean, what are those memes that go around all the time? Like, I never knew I had to figure out what we're having for dinner for the rest of my life, right? And it always falls to us women generally. I'm generalizing. It's simple. For me, carnivore is really simple because at the beginning of the week, I do up a bunch of different meat that lasts 4 or 5 days. I might add things to it for my husband. Occasionally, I might add avocado to whatever meat I'm eating. As long as I have a range of things in the fridge like chicken wings, chicken drumsticks, steak, roast that's been shredded up, boiled eggs, that kind of thing, I'm gold. I don't have to think about what I'm eating. When I stop working, I go out into the kitchen, I open the fridge. Which animal product am I choosing? That will be fine. Amazing. Okay, reason number two, I love the carnivore diet and lifestyle. I don't get cravings. So when I just said that I go out to the kitchen, I look at what I need, I just pick one. There's no food noise. There's no food chatter. There's no, oh, but I think I want this. Oh, but I think I want the bread. Oh, but what about, is there something else? No, there's nothing. And that's life changing, when you have a lot of cravings. And I'm at the point with food chatter and food noise that I can literally have, something like a hot cross bun at Easter and move right back to carnivore without any problems. I've been doing it for a while now, so I can flip in and out of it very easily. It's only if I start having it for a couple of days in a row that I struggle to come back, because that's how quick sugars get a hold of you. That 2 or 3 days in a row of even just one thing and the rest of the day meat will spark my cravings again. But as long as I don't do that, and it's, one day out of, however many, even one day a week, I don't fall victim to cravings anymore. And that simplifies my life, which compounds. Number one, right? Number three, I'm actually satisfied when I eat. I'm not satisfied when I have all the carbs. I'm hungry again an hour later. Meat, and I've filmed it. I just haven't edited it yet because it's huge, where I ate 120 grams or 140 grams of protein every day for a week. I was not hungry. It was a struggle to get that into me because it's satiating. Your body actually looks for protein to feel safe. It's what makes our body think, oh, we're all good, we're not starving, that kind of thing. So having that amount of protein, I've never felt that satiated before in all the years that I did plant-based and other versions of diets and that sort of thing. On meat, it's simple, there's no food chatter, I'm satisfied, there's no cravings. I mean, what more could you want, right? Okay, and number four follows on from that being satisfied is that there's more bang for my buck. Because I've had gastric sleeve surgery, I have a very small tummy. So I'm going to say this because a doctor I saw online once explained it, that people think it's like a banana. It's actually the size of a cheese stick, my stomach now. And so your tummy now goes like this. And so if you do this on each hand, literally that's all I can fit in my stomach at any one time. So if I'm having this much salad, you can bet your bottom dollar I am hungry in a half an hour. If I'm having even this much root vegetables or legumes, or because I've done it, I'm hungry. I'm hungry all day. I have to keep eating that amount every couple of hours. With meat, No, I won't think in and eggs, meat, any animal food. I don't think about food for ages because I'm satiated, but I'm getting more nutrients for the amount of food that I can eat. So more bang for my buck. And I think that's really important after you've had weight loss surgery to get as much nutrients and calories. One of my concerns was that when you have a very low calorie diet with thyroid disease, it can exacerbate it and make it worse. So that was kind of a concern for me. But I think since I've been eating carnivore, I've reduced my medication, I think about 4 times. So I'm getting more nutrients, I'm getting more calories. So I'm healthier and happier. So more bang for my buck. Okay, number 5. I have no problems eating out. Not that we eat out often, but if I choose to eat out, there's meat on every menu. It's when I was plant-based that there was a bit of a struggle to find the foods that you wanted to find. And because I don't stress about things like seed oils when I'm out, I never use them at home. I don't even have them in the house. When I'm out, I don't actually worry about that because it's that rare that we eat out that I just don't worry about it. I'm just going to enjoy the food, eat the food, move on. As long as I'm not sitting down to a bowl of pasta, which I have done on holidays, there's no doubt about it. I can sit down to a bowl of pasta, but usually within a day or so, I'm craving the meat because it's satiating, because it fills me up. I feel better on it. So eating out this way is, as long as you're not really dogmatic about the oils and how are they cooking it, then you're gold. There's nowhere you can't eat out pretty much, unless you're going to a vegan restaurant with your friends. That's different. Okay, number 6. There's no wastage. We don't waste meat. Who wastes meat? Nobody, right? It's so expensive now that you look in your fridge and you go, right, no, we've got to eat that today because that's what's got to be eaten today. Whereas how many of you, because I know I have thrown out tons and tons of vegetables and fruits in my lifetime because you just don't get around to eating them and then they go off really super quickly. There's no wastage. Even though I don't stress about things like that because I've got better things to worry about in my life, I don't like to waste things. So knowing that I throw next to nothing out in the bin, our bin, we're lucky once a week if we've got 2 things of rubbish in the bottom of our big wheelie bin. We just don't have the rubbish anymore, which is amazing. So that's a bonus as well. Number 7 is saving money. A, I save money because there is no wastage. And B, I save money because I'm rarely sick. I feel good. I don't throw things out anymore that up here, it costs $10 roughly for a pineapple. If that pineapple's in the back of the fridge and I've forgotten about it because there's so many other things, because you know what it's like on shopping day if you've bought fruit and veg, your fridge is loaded, that's $10 going down the drain. That's a lot of money. And fruit and veg now is not cheap anymore. Saving the money because there is no wastage. And I've had people ask me, how much are you spending a month, on meat? And I had to work it out. And I kept a spreadsheet because I do that sort of thing sometimes. And it turned out we're spending roughly about $500 a month for both of us, for 2 a month. Okay, so $250 a fortnight, $125 a week. That's pretty good. And there's no wastage, and we feel good, and we're not hungry, and there's no food noise. I mean, what's not to love, right? So saving money where people go, oh, I can't afford that. Actually, it's quite the opposite. And if you're unwell and if you've got lipedema, can you afford not to? That's the bottom line. Can you afford not to eat this kind of way if this is what they are saying is the gold standard of diets for inflammation for lipedema? Okay, number 8. I feel so energized. I feel clear. I have no brain fog. I don't feel tired and fatigued. I just feel great eating this way. When I go to Perth or when we go on holidays and I have a few days of eating carbs and things like that, it comes in really quickly. All the other things that I've mentioned today. First of all, the brain fog comes in and you're just a bit tired and you want to sleep a bit longer, and you don't want to walk quite as far wherever you are. The food noise comes back and you're in a place where there's so many other foods, so well, you may as well have that, and then you may as well have that. Eating this lifestyle I have never felt so clear, so lacking in brain fog, so energized. I feel great. I can tell the difference. It is night and day when I don't eat this way. I don't beat myself up if I don't eat this way, if I fall off the bandwagon, because I'm human. We're all human. That's okay. I don't beat myself up over it. But it's very easy for me to go back to it once I get to a point where I'm feeling the brain fog. I'm not clear anymore. I can't decide things. If hubby asks me a question, do you want to do this or this? And I'm like, that's, if I don't have a distinct answer, I know the brain fog is setting in and it's time to get back to all meat. Okay, number 9, no aches and pains. When I eat this way, there are no aches and pains in my knees, in my joints, anywhere, right? I don't have aches and pains. When I'm eating carbs, when I'm eating vegetables, even because I've tested this recently, I feel achy. It's just, it just doesn't work for me yet, because I should be able to get my body to a point of health that I can eat those things from time to time. Will it happen? I don't know, but I'm open to all eventualities. So if pain is an issue for you, and that's why they recommend it for lipedema, mostly it is the pain, because when you're in ketosis, the ketones are actually anti-inflammatory to the body, which, reduces your pain levels. So if pain is one of your major issues with lipedema, carnivore is your friend. Try it. I promise you, once you get past the detoxing of all the other things, because that's going to be crappy, there's no getting around that. If you give up coffee, you're going to have a detox. If you give up sugar, you're going to have detox. If you give up vegetables, you're going to have detox. There's no getting around that. But once you get past that and then you suddenly have bread or something again, the pain comes back very swiftly and it makes you go, oh, that was actually working for me. So no aches and pains is number 9 reason why I love the carnivore diet. And finally, number 10, I sleep better. I really do. I can be hit and miss with sleep these days. And I say hit and miss, it's not like regularly, it's quite irregularly. Often when I can't sleep, I can't go to sleep, or I fall asleep and I wake up. So falling asleep and then waking up and then not being able to go back to sleep, that's a gallbladder issue according to traditional Chinese medicine. And generally, when that sort of thing happens to me, I've been eating carbs. I've been eating processed foods, which are full of the kinds of fats that our gallbladder doesn't do really well with. So interesting, right? It would be really good to track with a diary. I talk about this all the time. If you're a bad sleeper, and sleep affects so many things, sleep actually causes carb cravings and sugar cravings and raises our insulin, which the minute you're raising your insulin or any other hormones in your body, then you're driving lipedema to get worse, right? So it's all interconnected, whether we want to admit it or not. Having good sleep every night, or as many nights as possible, is the priority for us. Okay, we have to find a way to help ourselves sleep, whether that's lavender on the wrists as you go to sleep, the fully dark, cool room, whether it's, having the lavender magnesium, Epsom salts bath before you go to bed. There's lots of different things, but it's up magnesium before bed. Some people need to take the magnesium in the morning, not in the night. You need to figure it out for you, but you need to make it your holy mission to get decent sleep. And carnivore for me is one of the things that I sleep solidly most of the time. There's still the odd, because stress kicks in. You might have the hot cross bun at Easter. Easter was ages ago. I found some hot cross buns in the freezer. And I threw them out because I'm like, I'm not going to eat those. So that's why hot cross buns are on my brain right now. That's the 10 reasons I love carnivore. If you've got more reasons that you love carnivore for you, share it with other people, because I'm not about people loving or hating this way of eating. I'm about helping people to figure out what they need. And I'm always trying to figure out what I need. And right now it's carnivore. And I'm happy to say plus avocado. That, if I keep on carnivore plus avocado, I'm good. I'm solid. So finding out what you need, sometimes you need to hear a million different ways from a million different people before you're willing to try it because it's so out there, right? So it's not something we've been brought up to think is appropriate way of eating. So first of all, we've got to get through that mindset of, what are people going to say? And this is a really easy thing to actually hide from people. Okay, just saying, particularly if you're a social eater and you go out a lot, get all the things on your plate. Eat the meat, move the veggies around so it looks like they're being touched, and then go, oh, I'm just not hungry tonight. But I ate the steak because I paid for it. Oh my God, it was delicious. Nobody's going to bat an eyelid, I promise you. Okay, so just do things like that, even at home. Even at home, if you don't want to announce that you're trying carnivore, our partners, our husbands, our kids, they don't look at our plate. I guarantee you. They don't give a crap what you're eating as long as they've got what they want on their plate. Okay, so we've got to think about nobody's going to be looking at us. And if we want to try it for our health and how we feel, then oh, we should. I've got the hiccups. Okay, so that's it for me. No, no more hiccups. Awesome. If you've tried it and decided against it, let me know. If you want to try it, but you're just still not sure, ask me questions. Ask everybody else questions. I'm not about being particular about sticking to a certain diet. I've said in other videos, if they come up with a new reason as to why this type of diet is going to help lipedema, inflammation, and weight and fat and all that kind of thing, I will try it. I'm not opposed to trying anything to help me feel better and live the life that I deserve. And you deserve a great life as well.